Hi, Dave Jones here again. We're looking at a song today by a band called Blink-182. This song's called All the Small Things. It's a great song if you're not long been playing power chords. It's got three chords in it, C, F and G, all its power chords. As usual, the tab's up on the website so you can print it off and follow along. And basically what happens, I won't dwell too much on the power chords as such because there is a lesson up on the site on power chords, so you probably need to check that out if you don't understand all the stuff that's going on here. But basically it's got three chords in it. It's got C5, which is first finger at the 8th fret, third finger at the 10th fret on the first finger at the 8th fret on the thick E string, and third finger at the 10th fret on the A string. And then it moves to, in various orders, to F and G5, where you're going to find your G5 with the third fret on the thick E string, and your third fret on the thick E string, the first finger, and your other finger on the A string, third finger on the A string at the 5th fret, that's your G5, and then back to the first and third fret respectively is your F5. So there's a few little techniques that go on in this song. So what I'll do is I'll play you through the various sections. There's three sections. There's a sort of an intro type section, chorus and verse, and some of them are played in different ways. Some of them are sort of strummed power chords, some of them are damped power chords. So I'll play you through the different sections, and then I'll talk you through any of the techniques for any of you who don't understand them. Okay, so here's the intro section. It's C5, F5, G5, F5. So C, I'll get it right, I moved it. C, F, G, F. It's played in quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on each chord. And there's a little bit of muting going on, but you don't. If you're a beginner, you don't have to do that. I'll talk you through that later. So here's the intro sections played twice. So that's the intro, and that one's played more with a sort of an open, no damping on this hand. I'll show you the damping in a minute. Okay, so that's the intro section. Then what we've got is a chorus section. Again, same three chords: C, G, F, G in that order this time. And if you're following the tab, I've got like a little repeat sign at the end. That's the double line with the double dot, and you repeat that, and there's an X4 at the top. That means you repeat it 4 times. For those of you who've not followed that many tabs before. So now this section is more damped. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, we're resting our palm on the bridge of the guitar. Let me just get that in shot. The bridge of the guitar. We're just resting our palm, and it gives more of a dead sound. The sound we were playing before was more of a really sort of heavy sound, and this is much more dead. This is where the guy's singing, so I suppose he didn't want it quite so loud because he wanted to sing over the top of it. So what we're going to do is, again in quavers, slightly damped. It goes 4 times. I'll play it a couple of times, but you'll get the idea. It goes, so we're going C, G, F, G. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Back to C, G, F, G, and then you go C, G, F, G 2 more times. So that's your chorus section, and then at the end of that chorus section, it just hits a C chord, and then there's a bit of singing there. Can't remember what the words are, I'm afraid, but there's a bit of singing there with no guitar in it. Okay, so this last section of the song is the bit that I suppose it's not really a verse. It's the na 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 bit. So for those of you who know the song, that's the bit that we're playing now. Now this has got the same chord sequence: the C, the F, the G, like I said before. This time we're staying on 2 bars. It goes C bar, 1 bar of C, F, 2 bars of G. So again with the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But if you want to be a little bit more like the song, this section isn't damped like last time. It's more like the intro section. That sort of sounds slightly more heavy. So I'll play it through, and then I'll talk about all the little bits. So here we go with the na 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 bit. It's twice, repeated twice. It goes. And then we're back. Then if you're playing along to the record, you go back into the intro and just keep repeating that sequence around, and then go back into the chorus, obviously, and then finish the song off. Okay, I'm just going to show you a little close-up now. I'm getting a bit of strange light on this guitar, but what happens is, in the intro section, the bit I spoke about the damping, this is maybe for the people who've been playing for a bit longer, but when we hit that F chord at the end of the intro section, you hit it once, and then you damp it. So what's happening with that, what I'm doing with that is I'm releasing these fingers. I'm playing the chord. I don't know if you've followed the lesson on power chords. The first finger I've got here is holding down that F note, and it's touching all the other strings very gently. It's not pushing them down like a bar chord. So it's touching all the strings. So you can hear them a bit here, but if I was, I'm trying to keep the volume, obviously I don't want to clip out on the mic, but if the volume is really loud on this guitar and you were playing your song at a sort of gig or something, you wouldn't hear those muted notes. And the third finger is not damping all the strings. But what I do when I hit that F first time in the end of the intro, it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so. You release the pressure on your fingers, touch all the strings very gently, don't push them down, otherwise you'll get horrible sound, and you get that muted sound. Like I say, it's not a particularly good contrast between the sounds here because I'm using a very small amp, so I don't clip out the mic on the computer, but it goes 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and so just do it really, really slowly and I'm sure you'll get it. And like I say, if you're a beginner to this, don't bother about that. The X's, if you're following the tab, they show that's a standard way of showing mutes, string mutes, basically touching the strings. Well, it could be done on one string, but or 4 or 6 or whatever. But that's the way of showing mutes in tab. So if you're a beginner, don't bother. Just play the F for the 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it should sound absolutely fine. But if you're slightly more advanced, you might want to try that little muting technique. And I hope you find that useful, and I'll see you again.